Let's understand the function of a very important hormone called ADH hormone, or you can say vasopressin, which is secreted from our hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a part of our forebrain diencephalon. So we are going to understand the function of ADH hormone, okay, antidiuretic hormone. It is called antidiuretic hormone. So this hormone is actually synthesized in our hypothalamus but stored in the posterior pituitary gland. Okay, so let me tell you first here, like this is our central nervous system, a very simple diagram just to understand all the parts. Okay, and then this is the pons region, medulla oblongata, and this is of course the spinal cord. Got it? So this is a very simple diagram just to understand, and this part is the cerebellum. So this is the cerebellum part. Let me write here. This is the pons region of our central nervous system. This is the medulla oblongata, or you can say medulla part of our central nervous system. This is the cerebellum part, which is also called the little brain. Okay, so here we are going to understand about the hypothalamus. So hypothalamus, somehow you can say hypothalamus is present here. Like this is the hypothalamus, and with the hypothalamus a very small gland is attached here. Okay, this small gland which is attached with the hypothalamus is called the pituitary gland. So let me write here, this is the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a very important part of our diencephalon, hypothalamus. Okay, and here this is the pituitary gland, or you can say hypophysis. So this is our pituitary gland. So pituitary is, you can say, attached with the hypothalamus with the, of course, a stalk which is called the infundibulum. Okay, so let's understand the structure in detail here. Let me tell you, like here, like this is the hypothalamus part. Okay, and the hypothalamus part, this is our pituitary gland. This is the posterior pituitary, and this is the anterior pituitary gland. Let me tell you, this is the anterior pituitary gland. Got it? This is in our anterior pituitary gland, and this is of course the posterior pituitary, which is also called the pars nervosa, or you can say neurohypophysis. So this is our posterior pituitary gland. This part is of course hypothalamus. So this part is our hypothalamus part of our nervous system. So what really you want to understand that in the hypothalamus you are going to find some nuclei, you can say, okay, or you can say neurosecretory cells are present in the hypothalamus. So here you are going to find neurosecretory cells. These are the neurosecretory cells, or you can say neurons. So these are going to secrete the hormones. So the hormones reaches, okay, the two hormones which are actually synthesized in the hypothalamus, okay, but stored in the posterior pituitary gland. Okay, hypothalamus is producing very important hormone, of course, the ADH hormone, antidiuretic hormone, which is also called vasopressin hormone. So vasopressin and oxytocin hormone is synthesized in our hypothalamus but stored in the posterior pituitary gland. Okay, it is stored in the posterior pituitary gland. Like these are the hormones present here, which hormone? ADH hormone, antidiuretic hormone. So till now you understand that the ADH hormone, which is also called the vasopressin hormone, is synthesized in the hypothalamus but is stored in the posterior pituitary gland. Posterior pituitary is also called pars nervosa, or you can say the neurohypophysis. Now this hormone which is stored in the posterior pituitary gland play a very important role in our body. Okay, so let's understand what is the function of this hormone inside our body. So you all know your kidney is made up of millions of nephrons. So this is a very simple structure just to understand. And in the kidney, okay, this is a very simple diagram of one nephron. This is the Bowman's capsule. Next part of the nephron is called the PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. This is the descending loop of Henle. Then the ascending loop of Henle. Ascending part is, you can say, thicker. Then this ascending part is going to form the DCT part, a distal convoluted tubule, and then the collecting tubule, or you can say collecting duct part. So this is the collecting duct part. Let me write here. collecting duct, or you can say collecting tubule part. Okay, and this is the DCT, distal convoluted tubule, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. This is the BC, Bowman's capsule. This is the descending loop of Henle, and this is of course the ascending loop of Henle. So why we are talking about the nephron structure? Because the ADH hormone, antidiuretic hormone, which is actually synthesized in the hypothalamus. Okay, so the ADH hormone, let me write here ADH, antidiuretic hormone, or you can say the vasopressin hormone, which is actually synthesized in the hypothalamus, stored in the posterior pituitary gland, is going to act where? In our kidney. It means where? It is going to act the nephron, because the receptors of ADH hormone is present in our nephron. ADH is of course protein hormone, peptide hormone, you can say, receptors present in our nephron. So it is going to cause, because receptor is present in the later part of the nephron, so this hormone is going to cause reabsorption of water from the later part of nephron. So like reabsorption of water from the collecting tubule, or you can say collecting duct. So water is coming back into our circulatory system. Okay, let me draw here. This is the water thing, and here let me show you, this is our circulatory system. So water is coming into our circulatory system, reabsorbed. So when water is coming into our circulatory system, our blood volume increases. It will lead to increase in our blood volume. So ADH hormone is going to increase our blood volume. It means prevent the loss of water from our body. We are going to produce the concentrated urine. Blood volume increases. This is the first point. When there is increase in blood volume, our blood pressure also increases. When blood pressure increases, our GFR, glomerular filtration rate, also increases. So what you understand, that this ADH hormone is going to cause reabsorption of water from the later part of the nephron. You can say the last part of the DCT and from the collecting tubular collecting duct. So water is coming back into our circulatory system, which will lead to increase in the blood volume. Blood volume increases, blood pressure increases, and that will increase the glomerular filtration rate. Okay, so this ADH hormone, which is vasopressin, is also like you can say vasopressin is it is going to cause constriction in the blood vessels, that will increase our blood pressure. So this hormone is very important hormone. Like when there is uh, like you can say fluid loss from our body due to respiration, due to sweating, okay, less water present in our body, or like there is decrease in the blood volume, decrease in the blood pressure, ADH production increases. This ADH is also part of RAS mechanism.